Did I get scammed? Have I bought a fake sovereign? One of these three, you can probably guess which one, is drastically underweight. As we can see here, 7.67 or 7.68 grams worth. A sovereign should weigh 7.98 grams. So, have I been duped? Well, I think not. It is a beautiful old coin that is worn and has got some X-mount related issues. But integrity of your gold, super important. We're going to be testing some of the gold that I've bought of late, as well as talking about integrity when it comes to buying, selling, and being a social media influencer. And the only surefire way to know whether or not something is genuinely gold is to pop it on one of these incredible Sigmas and give it a good old check. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another Precious Metal Ramble, where we have down-to-earth discussions about all things precious and shiny. Now, a couple of things to talk about in today's video. I'm going to be testing my new acquisitions. I've bought 3 sovereigns, or close to 3 sovereigns. This one here is considerably underweight, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in this video. On the Sigma Metalytics investor model, which is very, very generously being given away by Trusty Metrics, the UK's exclusive supplier. Indeed, they supply not just the UK, but all over the world now as well. We'll talk a little bit more about those. But as we test some of the gold and silver that we see here on the table, I also want to talk about integrity and social responsibility. Influencers. Oh, that wonderful phrase. Believe it or not, despite the fact that I have a social media platform with 75,000 subscribers, which I'm very grateful for, by the way, I hate being an influencer. I hate social media. I try to stay off social media as much as I can in my personal life, but unfortunately for work, for the channel here, there is always going to be some element of social media. And with the crazy world of money and anything to do with money, you get a lot of bad actors in the world of social media. And I do genuinely believe that one day YouTube is going to shut down the vast majority, if not all, including my channel, gold and silver channels, because it's straying into the world of financial advice. The amount of times I see people putting a little disclaimer in their description box, and I do it too sometimes, and I'll say it on a video, this video is not financial advice, don't take my word, do your own research, blah, 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 blah. It's very grey line sometimes. So I want to talk a little bit about that as well. But first, a quick shout out to our sponsor, Trusty Metrics, who are, as I said, giving away one of these investor models, which is a £1,500 machine. That's close to, what, $1,800, $1,900 US dollar worth of equipment, shipping worldwide as well. So there is a link in the description box below to not only Trusty Metrics' website, but also you can find the link to our 75,000 subscriber giveaway video, where if you just put a comment on that video, you'll be in with a chance to win, as well as some of our incredible other prizes. So a huge shout out to them. And if we're talking about integrity, then you need look no further than them. I mean, first up, the machines that they distribute, I should say, Sigma make them, but the machines that they distribute are nothing but checking of integrity of the gold and silver that you have within your stack. And that is one of the most important things that anybody can do when you are stacking, making sure that you have got the right kind of gold that you've got. Now, I'm going to be doing a little bit of testing on some of the gold that I recently picked up. So for those that haven't seen, I went to London, to Hatton Garden last week, and I met Chards. Now, ironically, I did not end up buying these 2 sovereigns. We've got 2 beautiful Queen Elizabeth sovereigns here. Didn't end up buying them from Chards. A few reasons for that. Nothing to do with their pricing, nothing to do with their competitiveness. It just didn't feel right on the day to just suddenly finish doing all the wonderful filming with them and just say, oh, by the way, can I buy 2 sovereigns, please? It was just too busy. So I just took a stroll, just as me, as the non-Backyard Bullion social media influencer that I am, and I just walked down the Hatton Garden High Street. I went into a few different bullion dealers, and I actually settled on Tavex as the dealer of choice to buy. They were the cheapest of all the dealers I could see on the road there. And just sat down, bought them, easy. Job done. 2 sovereigns, lovely jubbly. But of course, I'm relying on the integrity of Tavex to have sold me genuine sovereigns. So, are they genuine? Let's find out by testing them on this machine. I'd be pretty amazed if they don't come up straight in the green, and straight off the bat, we have a positive reading there on that one. And on the second one here as well, It should be hopefully in the green. There we go, nicely in the green. So 2 beautiful additions to the stack. And you know, integrity and reputation is everything when it comes to bullion dealers, and to a certain degree as well with my own sphere of influence as a poured silver producer, as somebody who retails products and somebody who has, throughout my whole tenure of doing content here, had trust put in me from countless people putting their own money on the line, whether it be back 8 years ago when we were doing group orders, when people were buying from a dealer in Europe and having it shipped to me and then me distributing it out to people. There's a lot of trust that goes in there, and I've always taken it incredibly seriously to make sure that that is what I say it is and what everything is going to be, and that's just the most important thing to me. And that's sort of borne through when it comes to the social media side of things as well, because it's very important for me to try and be as, I want to say impartial, but I am biased. Everybody is biased when it comes to this sphere of influence, but there is more bias than others sometimes on different platforms, on different content creators, on different styles of performance. I mean, it's not the wrong word to use. I've been described as having the character of Backyard Bullion so many times when I visit these companies and bullion dealers, and we have a chat before we start filming and then turn the camera on and it's, hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. The character of me turns on, and that's, I think, really, really interesting. But I've always striven, is that the right? Strived. Striven is now the new word because that's what I like to do, make up new words. I've always striven to be as forthright as I can be with my knowledge, with my expertise, with my general idea of what's right for an individual. And hopefully that has borne through into what I do for a living. And I think that's really important. It's not always something that you see very in the forefront, let's say. Now, I'm very glad to say that this beautiful 1820 sovereign has tested perfectly on the Sigma investor model, which is fantastic because it is not without its issues. It is actually considerably underweight as a sovereign goes. Very interesting little tidbit of information about sovereign weights. So there is a minimum weight threshold for these, which I think is like, so a normal weight is 7.98 grams, or 9.8 and some change. If it's 7.93 or less, then it falls out of the status of being legal tender, which is a very important thing considering the capital gains status exemption. Now, I bought this off the Silver Forum. Again, if we're talking about integrity, it was from a seller on the Silver Forum who had a very good reputation. I paid ahead of time. Somebody I hadn't dealt with before, but the reputation spoke for itself. Paid upfront and got the coin in. But he was forthright about the condition of the coin and the fact that it was an X mount, and as you can see, quite considerably underweight. Now that is, of course, not perfect, it's not great, and from alarm bells ringing standpoints, you've always got to think about, well, hang on, you're getting a lot less gold for your money. Now, part of the reason that is it's an X mount. You can see here some of the X mount damage that's been caused to the rim of the coin. A lot of the reading on this edge has almost been completely gone, so a lot of that weight will have gone from there. There is definitely like a bit that's been almost shaved off on this bit where obviously it's come out of the mount. And you can see the difference there on the top. We've got the nice sort of reeded edge, although there's still a little bit of damage on the sides there. But paid what I think is an incredible price for this, £630, which, considering I bought these 2 sovereigns for £600 over in Hatton Garden, you know, I'm fine to buy something for the collection for something as old as this, 1820. I've always wanted to have one of these old school ones. The still bucket list coin for me is an 1817, the first year of the issue of the sovereign, but we'll get to that another time. And just to show you the weight difference of these coins, here is the other sovereign weighing perfectly in at 8 grams. These scales are as accurate as you can be, and it's not untoward for them to be maybe 1 decimal point off here or there for the calibration. These haven't been calibrated over the last, like, gosh, I think it's, they're due in about 3 months' time, I think, from memory. I get these calibrated once per year with trading standards. So this one, you can see, it's just 7.99, so flitting between 7.98 and 99. But this one here, perfect at 7.98. That's what you want to see from a sovereign. So this one, of course, being a little bit lower in weight, you're getting less gold for your money, but it's still a collectible. But it's no longer capital gains, which is very interesting. So from a social media perspective, let's segue back into that. One of the things that I've always been very conscious of with the sponsorships that we work, or sponsors that we work with, I should say, is just being open and honest about them. And Trusty Metrics being the big sponsor for us, obviously, in this video and over the last year, they are super good when it comes to this side of things. And I will only work with sponsors who are like this. whereby they don't tell me what to say. They don't tell me an agenda of what I have to say. And let me tell you, there are a lot of companies who have tried to do that and who've tried to send me or say, I would like to send you a product, but you need to say X, Y, and Z on it. And I will never do that. I will only ever take something where I am able and willing to say something at my own liberty, not because somebody else is telling me exactly what to say. And that's really, really important for me. And it's really important for, I think, the community who watch my stuff and listen to my stuff. And I'm really very, very proud of that relationship with Trusty Metrics. They are very, very good at what they do. And they're incredible with their customer care, their relationships with their customers, making sure their customers get what they want out of these machines. They were telling me just the other day about a customer who's basically been on the fence about buying an original versus an investor versus the pro model, and talking through with Trusty Metrics at length about which model they want to buy. Now, I've been in sales. I kind of do sales in a very loose term on this channel a lot of the time. I've been there, I've done that. I've had customers come to me asking to do big projects like our chess sets, Tetris sets, whatever it might be. And you tell them all the facts and figures about what it is you're going to be making, how it's going to be done, and then the customer will and ah about it. And I get that it can be frustrating from a business perspective. You're like, just make a decision, get on with it. But you can't often be like that with the customers. And Trusty Metrics were telling me about this particular, without naming it, of course, but about this particular customer, about how they were on the fence. And at one point, they just said to the customer, look, go away, have a think about it. We don't need an answer right now. We don't want an answer right now. It's better that you make the right decision for you. So go away, think about it. You know where we are. Come back when you're ready. We're there. We're going to help you with that decision. And that's incredible. Like, there are a lot of companies out there that will just see dollar signs and will just be like, yeah, we just want your money, give us your money, then go away, but not Trusty Metrics. And their aftercare is also incredible as well. Really very, very, very good indeed to see them taking care of their customers afterwards. And that's not just from a, sort of guarantee warranty perspective, but helping customers work out how to use the machines, the different results that you might get on certain machines, giving things. You've seen a few of these silvers go into the yellow there. What does that mean? Well, they are there to answer those questions, and they have helped me and they've helped others as well. And it's really, really good to see that. So very, very proud to partner with those kind of companies and people. And that's what I would say is the best thing for any social media influencer. I hate the idea of being an influencer, but unfortunately, I am an influencer, and I will continue to be an influencer for a while now, but it is just really important to give that open, honest opinion of a particular subject, of a particular product, and let people make their own minds up, let people make their own decisions about what is right for them. That speaks more for me than anything else. It's really, really important to do. So if you are interested in one of these machines, go and check out Trusty Metrics. As I said, they are sponsoring, but I'm not here to tell you that you have to go and get them. I've showed you how to use the machine in this. I've shown you what value I get out of these machines, but I am not, and I will not just say to you that you have to go buy one. They're not going to be for everyone at the end of the day. And like the customer that Trusty Metrics was dealing with there, maybe the original isn't right for them. Maybe the investor isn't right for them. Maybe the pro isn't right for them. Maybe they just need the investor model. They don't want to upsell. And I've been very conscious about not upselling to my customers over the years as well. So really, really important to be very open and honest in everything you do in business. Hope that makes sense. I'm starting to ramble now. So here we go. Trusty Metrics, Sigma investor model up for grabs in our giveaway. There's a link in the description box below. Go and check them out. You can go and see our 75,000 subscriber giveaway video. Put a comment on there and you'll be in with a chance to win one of these models. Incredibly generous giveaway. Otherwise, thank you to Trusty Metrics for their ongoing support, sponsorship, and partnership. I really value them, and I think they are fantastic. So go and check them out. We'll see you guys on the next video. Cool Kids Club, you need something to quote me. Is there a serial? No, there is a serial number on a Geiger. Of course there is. Quote me BV521619 down in the comment section, and I will know that you are cool. Otherwise, that is it from me. Thank you all for watching. We will see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.